Good morning, everyone. This is Erica again with Aurora Heart Healing, coming at you again with some more emotional awareness. Last night was insane or not crazy, whichever one you want to look at it as. I had a, I was sleeping and I was in a deep, deep sleep, and out of nowhere, I woke up to a booming male voice saying, "Wake up." And I was startled awake because I felt like someone was in the room with me. And I look around and there's no one there. And I was trying to figure out if I'm supposed to do some energy work around this, if I'm supposed to do some energy clearing, if there's some type of cord that I've missed, anything like that. And I finally got the answer that I was looking for. And it was connect to divine masculine energy. Connect to divine masculine energy. Because I had been connecting to masculine energy. You can call it toxic, you can call it whatever you'd like, but I was connecting to not divine masculine, which divine masculine is very compassionate, very loving, very caring, heart centered. Because when we lead with our heart, we're able to navigate the world through a whole different lens. And it's important for us to know that our logic mind is logical. Yeah, great. It can tell us a lot of knowledge based. But when you actually unlock your heart, if you do a lot of heart work, which the reason why my business is called Aurora Heart Healing is because I am healing the heart wounds that we experience throughout our lifetimes, throughout our heartbreaks, our experiences, our childhood traumas, or our traumas that we are currently facing. We're healing the heart, which actually is the biggest magnetic field in our body. Our heart center has the biggest magnetic field in our body. We have our overall magnetic field, but the heart one is the strongest. So, what do we do when we're leading with logic and not with our heart? We are not truly tapping into the infinite wisdom that we actually have that is placed in our heart, because our heart it carries our spirit, it carries our soul, it carries all this information. The moment that we are alive is the moment our heart starts beating. That's powerful. What does that tell you about our hearts? That it is the reason we live. And so many people actually don't lead with their heart. So today I am here to teach a little bit. Hopefully you can comment, tell me what you feel, what you think. I would really love to hear if you're liking these videos, because I'm just going to keep cranking them out. I've gotten a lot of text messages from people that are like, this is great. Thank you so much. This was powerful. But I want to hear everyone's opinion. Please comment and let me know what you're thinking. Yesterday, I printed this out because I was thinking about the way that energy really does flow through us. And I wanted to show people why it's so important for us to release these emotions, recognize these emotions, understand how these emotions come through in our body. This is our body with various different emotions. Can you imagine being in envy all the time? In shame? He looks kind of like Spider-Man, huh? In shame all the time. In pride, where you're just swelling, but everything else is dark. Love, the most encompassing emotion. And the reason why I bring this out, it's a measurement of the different emotions, energetic signature within our bodies. And that's really important to know, that There is science that tells us that this is real, that you are living through your life feeling all of these things. And if we're not recognizing that we are constantly in, what is that, sadness, how much more sadness is being generated? Happiness, wow. It literally engulfs your whole entire body when you're happy. And no matter what anyone says, we can have these quick dopamine hits of happiness, but if we do not feel genuinely happy within ourselves by finding purpose, by finding reasons to be motivated, by being of service, I think of myself as a hero. This morning when my daughter and I went to Walmart, I was trying to look for a couple of things, and I went to the park. I was going through the parking lot, and a gentleman comes up to me. He says, "Ma'am, I don't have any more gas in my car. I just ran out. Can you please give me some gas money?" And I didn't have any cash on me. And I said, "Hold on a second." I went and I grabbed change from my car and I gave it to him. I just gave him a handful of change and I said, "Look, I don't have any cash, but this is what I've got." And he said, "Bless you. Thank you so much. Anything helps." And in that moment, this is not an ego thing that I'm saying, look at me, look at me. This is a, I helped someone thing, that I am passionate. And this is my purpose. This is my mission, to help and influence and work with however many people I am supposed to work with. I want to share the messages of light and hope with each and every one of you. But if we are stuck in depression, sadness, shame, contempt, these are just some of the emotions that we can feel in our body, envy, then are we actually accessing happiness? Are we actually able to tap into happiness on a more consistent basis, or are we looking for reasons why we need to be happy? And our purpose is one of the biggest reasons why we are able to feel happiness. And one of the biggest blockers of our happiness are our emotions, because we have a lot of them. And I've shown this a lot of times, but I am going to be intuitively finding emotions out of these about 16 pages. And there's more. I even have the Wheel of Emotion. Brene Brown is one of my absolute favorite authors I've ever encountered, because she is an emotion scientist. She studies emotion. And if you've ever read Atlas of the Heart, you know that it is so incredible to know the different types of emotions that there are. So today we're gonna work on some emotions together. Let's check it out and see which emotions resonate the most for the collective today. Okay. Okay, defensiveness. Defensiveness is the first emotion. A state of resisting attack or protecting oneself, being sensitive to the threat of criticism or injury to one's ego, being on guard against real or imagined threats to one's physical or emotional. When one takes a protective stand, progression can be stalled. So defensiveness actually can create a barrier, and it can stop progress. It can stop connection. I've actually read about this a lot, so it's interesting that this is coming up. Defense-oriented behavior helps protect us from self-devaluation or emotional hurt. It can alleviate tension, anxiety associated with frustration, conflict, and pressure. When the integrity or worth of self is endangered, defense mechanisms are brought into operation automatically. So people can be in a defensive mode. And there's a good type of defense, like, do not call me that. I do not appreciate you disrespecting me. But then there's also the other hand of that, which is against real or imagined threats to a person or emotional, which standing in protectiveness constantly, that is a wall. And if someone is coming at this with kindness or understanding, then that wall, you're just hitting up against the wall. Is there anything else we need to know about this defensiveness? No. Okay, so now we're going to connect to defensiveness. And in my experience, as I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of clients now, wow, it's amazing to say that, I have found that defensiveness a lot of the times generates around the heart chakra, which is interesting that we were just talking about the heart chakra today, and that's the emotion that's coming up right now. So right now we're going to practice again. Take a nice deep breath into your body, through your heart. Imagine that you're breathing in through your nose and into your heart. Feeling your chest rise and then breathing out through the solar plexus, the stomach area, and fall. Again, in through your nose, into your heart center, and think of the word defensiveness. To me, when I think of defensiveness, it feels like a heavy weight is sitting on my chest. It feels like it's just like a block sitting on top of my chest. Whew, it's heavy. It feels very heavy. So as you notice how defensiveness adds or comes up into your body, just notice that word defensiveness. Defensiveness. Right now, I'm not seeing that there's any or sensing that there's any emotional, any other emotions that we need to look at. But I want you to just feel that feeling of defensiveness, connect with it, lean into it. Ask yourself questions. What is causing this defensiveness? Am I in actual danger at this moment in time? Is this person that I am thinking about causing turmoil within me, or is it the thought of what they are bringing to me causing turmoil to me? Breathe through that emotion. Breathe through it. Lean into it. Know that it is not always easy to process these, but as you continue to build that emotional awareness, that emotional resilience, it will just get easier and easier and easier. So now, how does that defensiveness feel? Is it alleviated a little bit? Has it lessened? After the questions you've asked yourself, did it feel released? Did it cause more tension and friction? And if that's another question that you might want to ask. Why am I defensive? What is it that makes me feel like I have to be on guard? Because that's what it is. It's like wearing armor constantly. And even a knight in shining armor needs to take off their armor at night to go to sleep. Imagine them wearing this big, huge metal shield 24/7. How tiring, how exhausting. and how inauthentic to show up in that way. And as I'm saying that, is there anything that triggers? Is there anything that frustrates? Is there anything that kind of just gives you that sense of, oh, light bulbs? Is that defensiveness for you? Okay. Let me know in the comments if that was easy, if that was hard. Like, I'm going to put in my description any of my one-to-one sessions or my consults. If you need help or if you want to know a little bit more about what I do, please go ahead and follow those links and we can definitely start you on your healing journey or expand on the healing journey that you already are on and have. Because this is another tool to practice emotional awareness. And anyone that wants to heal knows that emotions are one of the most impactful things that we have in our lives because our emotions push us to do things. So now we're going to look at the next emotion that's going to come up. All right. Pain. Physical suffering, typically from injury or illness, an instant of such suffering, a distressing sensation in a part of the body, severe mental or emotional distress can also be troublesome or annoying person or thing, like a pain in the neck. Okay, pain. So pain can be physical or emotional. I am going to give you a story of a long time ago, before I really understood emotion. When I experienced heartbreak, my chest felt like it was caving in on itself. And it literally hurt to breathe, to move, to talk, to be around people. It hurt to exist. It was painful. It hurt so much to go through something. And I didn't know what to do with it. I just felt overwhelmed and sad and hurt and broken. And it was painful and it physically hurt. It felt like my chest was just tight and balled up. And pain can feel like that. You can either be hurt, hit, but you can also be emotionally wounded. That causes pain as well. And in that sense, how many of us have felt physical reactions to our emotional state of being? I know I have. I know that when I am feeling certain things, I get heat in some places, coolness in another. I feel things moving as if it was just flowing in and out of me. And pain is one of those. As you think of pain, I want you to connect to that one. And this one, I just want you to notice. Notice any tingling, any sensations, pain. For me, it's kind of showing up right here and up and down through my heart, pain. Breathing it in, connecting to that pain, because the reason the pain is still lingering is because it hasn't been acknowledged. Imagine having a thorn in your finger, and that thorn is just sitting there festering, and we never take that thorn out. And how do we take that thorn out? It's acknowledging, oh, I have a thorn. I should probably tend to that thorn. And I should probably rub some alcohol on it so it doesn't get infected. The alcohol is painful when you put it on after you've been injured. You put that on, you feel it, you recognize it, you disinfect it, take out the emotion. Not that we won't ever feel the emotion, but we acknowledge it, we understand it, we tend to it, we nurture it. And then our finger is healed. The thorn, the emotion, the pain is no longer a source of infection for us because we have dissolved that. We have removed the original reason why it hurt in the first place. So again, breathe in through your heart, out, pain, pain, pain. What caused this pain? Notice it. Notice what it might feel like. What might come up, what message might come out. Pain. And breathe into it. Allow yourself to feel like you're melting into the pain. Like you are accepting of it. Like you aren't pushing away from it. Like you are saying, I understand you. I love you. If there's no one else in this world that's going to love this pain, I will, because I'm going to be there for you. Breathe in and out. Feel that release of the pain. Feel that movement. You might feel tingles. You might feel like your chest is a little bit lighter. You might feel a little bit heady. Whatever it is to release that pain. And it's perfect for you. If you're still finding resistance, I definitely recommend a call with me because that can be a lot more than just pain. There can be other emotions that are contributing to that pain that your subconscious is saying, there's no way I can alleviate this because there's more. There's more to it than just the pain. There's experiences, there's beliefs. I believe I deserve pain. As funny as it sounds, a lot of people feel that way subconsciously. And they don't even know that they're feeling that. They're experiencing it, they're doing it, but they did not know that they thought that way. I am number one person that did not know that I believed that I deserved to be hurt. And as I learned more and more about myself, the more and more I realized, oh, this is a pattern. I believed that I believed that I deserved to be hurt, that this was all my fault. And the more emotionally aware I've become, the more that I know, no, this isn't my fault. And I can handle whatever comes from this with love, understanding, grace, compassion, and freedom. Freedom. And before I end this message, I want to just acknowledge something that I heard just a little while ago. Us as empaths, all empaths, people that feel the energy of others around them, we have a innate sense of we are all connected. We are all together. We're all in this together. And I found a teacher, his name's Aaron Doherty, and some of the stuff I'm like, wow, this guy is a lot. But then other things I'm like, wow, this guy is a lot. This is wow. And I recognized that while I was watching one of his videos, he said, when you're an empath, you need to separate. You can be needy. You want that validation. You want that connection. And if you feel a lot of pain being an empath, maybe it's because you've been too tapped into everyone else and not tapped in enough to yourself. And what does that look like? Stepping back and saying, I am separate. I've been saying, I am single. I am single. I am whole. I am alone. Not lonely. I am alone. I am separate. I am one. Because recognizing that we are our own being, you start to feel that energy separation. And you bring back your energy into who you are, not who you are to other people, XYZ. Maybe you're the good person to this one and a villain to that one. Maybe you are a kind, caring, compassionate person to this one, and the other person just thinks that you're full of it. You start to separate and bring back in your own energy center, and you create your own container, your own field. I am single. I am single. I am alone. I am alone. And you bring back your own energy field, and you're not having to feel the pain of others. Because if there's one thing that I've noticed is I was feeling the pain of others that was very, very hard to deal with. Because no matter what I was doing, other people's pains don't go away unless they want it to. And that's not fair to me because I was depleting myself by trying to make the pain go away when it was always their choice. I don't decide what the healing is about, the person decides. Or we go spirit led and the spirit of the person decides. But still, it's not me, it's the other person. And I want you empaths that feel all the feels so deeply to practice this, to practice saying, even if you're married, if you're in a relationship, I am whole. I am my own energy center. I am separate. I am single. I am alone. And when you see that if it hurts a lot, when you see that, it means that you are onto something. So as always, I don't know if everything got recorded or not. There was a glitch on my computer, and I hope that you all got all of the message that you needed to get today. Much love. Have a wonderful day, and stay emotionally aware. Thank you.